There is this very fundamental thing why product photography or commercial photography exist. So product photography to me is the most peaceful genre of photography. So basically it's just you, your product and the light, and that's it. So it's almost like you are isolated from the outside world. And you know, when it comes to the other genre, for example fashion photography, your model keeps on moving, but your products are like on a place, and everything is more controlled in product photography. And yeah, that might be the reason. A brand growth is solely depend upon social media platforms right now, because not everybody goes into the website and then order something. Because when you spend 4 to 6 hours of your daily life on Instagram, that is where you should be marketing. And and if you think that simple content is gonna help you grow your Instagram base or your sales channel, it is actually wrong. Because people who understand how to sell or how to sell something are actually photographers, because they capture the quality of a product and they know what the selling point is more than a brand. And if you are a very good visual designer, then yeah, no say, like you will be the expert at what you do. So when it comes to a brand, I mean, when it comes to that question, the direct answer is that if you picture your product properly, it reaches the customer also properly, provided that you do all the social media marketing and everything together. But the fundamental or the top of the funnel is actually product photography. That's how a brand is going to grow at the current scenario, and that's how anything is going to grow. For any creative person, it's the process starts with getting a brief from the client. So you understand what their requirement is. Like each client will have their own requirement, but getting a brief is actually the first step of any visual skill. So from that brief, you kind of develop stuff into a storyboard, a mood board, understanding what color of background goes with it, or what kind of storytelling that you do along with it. So that is supposed to be the second step. So it's like briefing, mood boarding, and then you source certain things to take that photography. I mean, for example, like if you want to shoot let's just say a cosmetics, right? And you let's just say that cosmetic is made out of natural ingredients like orange. So you kind of show that orange somewhere in that photo, so that when a customer sees that photo, he understands, okay, like this product has orange as a natural ingredient or a main ingredient. So these all things happen in mood boarding, and then you buy these certain things at the sourcing stage. And then once you source it, your next step would be the production itself. Like you get all the props, you get all the backdrops, you get the products, you arrange the lights, and you take the photo. And post production is simply like cleaning up or adding certain things in AI if it is required. Because again, when it comes to production, it's an expensive affair. So using an AI to an extent will always help you to cut that cost. So those kind of things happens in post production. So in a very simple term, the process is A, briefing, B, it's mood boarding, C, it's sourcing, then it's production, and then it's post production, which is editing. Yeah. So this is kind of like the creative workflow. A lot of photographers don't understand why you actually take photos. See, like I have seen a lot of students, I have seen a lot of people, when they receive a product, they kind of go into Pinterest, they take references and they try to replicate that. So there is this very fundamental thing why product photography or commercial photography exist. It's simply to sell an item. So if you understand this, like if I want to sell something, I have to be like a salesman. So the very simple tactic, if you want to stand out in the industry, is that you have to think like a salesman. When you get a product, think of how you can sell this product through your photography. Doing this one simple step itself can actually make you stand out in a lot of scenarios. And then of course, like lighting, shadows, choosing the proper color tone and everything is like a photographer ka generic thing that comes with every photographer. So AI is like a two sides of a coin. Now, one side is like a lot of misconceptions. Like a lot of people think that AI is gonna replace photographers because you're gonna simply type something, you're gonna do a prompt, and then you're gonna get a result. That's not the case. So, if I have to say an example, right? If I want to sell a G-Shock, let's just say I have a project, G-Shock project. Now, if you want to sell that specific model, you can't just go to any AI in the internet, type, and then get the accurate product, right? It's not possible in any of the AI. It's always like you need that product in your hand to shoot, or to do 3D modeling, or to do any of those system generated things. The only thing AI is going to do is amplify your photography or amplify any kind of job. It's not like AI, like the headlines say, is not going to replace any of the jobs. It's only going to make everything easier, because people who use Adobe Photoshop knows how much generative AI helped with their daily workflow. And then there is Midjourney, then there is DALI. These are all going to help graphic designers, photographers, animators to a lot of extent. Like, you don't need to waste time on certain things, because AI is going to help you out. So it's only going to make you efficient. So yeah. So the impact of AI on the commercial industry is things are going to get done faster. So that's it. Product photography is not going to be the same actually, because years back when you talk about product photography, people are going to say that a commercial field, advertising field, it's not very organic, it's going to be very commercial, but it's not. So the way Instagram has molded the whole industry is that you have to think like an audience, you have to think like a customer. So what I believe is that product photography is going to become more relatable to a general audience, and it's going to be more organic. Yeah. One piece of advice that I want to give to all of these commercial photographers or the product photographers out there is that the next time you go into a website, the next time you go for shopping, when you take a product, see what are the key aspects of that product. So this will actually help you to shoot better when you do a product photography, because unless and until you understand what the product is about and how a product is supposed to be sold, you are not going to be a better product photographer. So it always comes back to that one point that you have to think like a salesman more than you think like a photographer. So how you develop this skill is simple. Go to any e-commerce, and when you shop, just see what are the images they have kept to sell that product. So yeah, that'll make you a better photographer for sure.